Hey, Decathlon gamer, welcome back to Tour de France 24, episode 24. Pyrenees. Cockard leads after we won the team time trial on stage 3, now on stage 4. It's a punchy finish, and Cockard's already out the back along with a handful of other riders. I knew that Cockard was our weakest climber, that he wouldn't actually feature in GC for long, and as it was a team time trial and we have teammates who were going to ultimately do significantly better, I went ahead and used Cockard to work to keep the breakaway in check. Peloton is shrinking kind of quick now. It's been a hard stage from the get-go, and not just because of Cockard's work. He's contributed, certainly, but he has not been the one doing the damage. It's been UAE doing the most damage in this one. The breakaway had 13. It's down to 9 and 47 seconds. Peloton down to 125. Before the feed zone, I had to use everyone's gel.
The gap seems to have
even those just staying put and protected still needed their gels. You can see we're going to need everyone's gel before long before we hit the climb, and that means this is going to be a smaller group finish for sure. Big long false flat, just slight uphill section that's lasting many kilometers, 20-30k, and we're now down to 28 on the stage itself, and it looks like the tempo has lifted a bit. I think the big reason is we're down to just a single rider, and Zimmerman off the front, 24 seconds.
Watch out for counter moves.
So we've destroyed the breakaway, and that's causing us to lift. So Ben Healy attacks and then gets chased. And that's it for the breakaway too, as he had gone through. We're coming up on a sprint point, but all or most of the sprinters are out of this thing at this point. I'm not too worried about going for that sprint classification. We're going to have a brief descent here before we go into the final climb, and I do think we still need to control this. Maybe. Depends on kind of all and who it decides to attack, but at this point, Vine and McNulty are the favorites ahead of me, and there's 3 here, so either I get protected or the guy who's protecting me is going to have to do the work at the front. And then he slows down. I suppose the radio contact did take a moment there.
30 seconds lead for the head of the race.
All right, this is favorites going for it. We need a 110 effort for Gorka. And we follow it. Favorites going away, but we are trying to counter it.
Still 5 kilometers climbing for the first riders.
Field split. There's 54 behind. There's 20 here. Gorka. Use your red gel so you can actually push. And let's tell the group behind with our teammates to do something similar.
I'll go full out on the relay.
Lost his gear just a little bit while setting that up. There we go, we've got him. 4K left. Right near the front, placed in the top 10. Gorka got a little bit of red bar back. Pogacar has gotten off the front somehow, and I'm now in a chase group of just 7. Okay, checking in with the team again. Let's go ahead and tell all these guys to take that blue gel. Gorka's still finishing up his red gel at the moment. He's nearly out. 3K. And I need mine. Okay, let's use the other gel while we're at it. 2.5K. Just nice and steady tempo here. Still Pogacar at the front. Bilbao doing that little bit harder work right now than what we can get. 2K, it's going to flatten out for a little. Stay in the wheel. Looks like you kind of want to be on his right-hand side, though. Okay, through the flat, into the open air, but I've got plenty of blue bar. Let's check in once again. So, Pogacar plus 3 riders chasing. I'm currently competing for a 5, 6, 7 as Gorka has been dropped. He's supposed to be going as fast as he can. Let's let him take his blue. Let's let these guys who are now in a group of 30. Piganzoli still working as hard as he can. Use their red. Turgis got dropped. They are just behind though, so it's very close.
Okay,
Right, here we go
I'll
again.
consume a feed.
Last kilometer. I have a little bit left for an attack. Pogacar looks like he might be taking the stage. I'm saving that red bar for the attack. Just trying to take a straight line and keep up a 100% rate before the line, which is now coming up. Last 200 meters. This is going to be for 5th place. Pogacar takes the win. I'm just behind it. Thought we might be able to hang on to the lead a bit longer than this. I figured the big mountain stage will be our end, our demise. Not before then, but it's turned out to be before then. So Pogacar takes the win, plus the 10-second time bonus. Simon Yates, second, 6-second time bonus. He was 13 seconds down. Evenepoel with the 4-second time bonus for third. Vingegaard with them, but no bonus. I was 3 seconds down, plus whatever difference on the bonuses there were. I finish ahead of my group at 22 down. Piganzoli made contact with that group in the end. Gorka drifted, but did hang on to that group. McNulty and Vine, all of these guys somehow getting same time. They weren't that far behind, and apparently the attack of that group made up a lot of time. So 22-second time losses, down to 36th. Rather fortunate considering where all of those guys were, but Van der Poel, Turgis, losing a minute 8. Gaudu, Paulus, Woods, Carthy, Gilmartin, Gregoire, a lot of good riders losing significant chunks of time. So I'm the GC leader now. We had enough of an advantage apparently. I am the GC leader. Simon Yates is second, just 3 seconds behind, but McNulty, Gorka, Piganzoli, and Vine are all just 6 seconds behind and still in contention. Pidcock, Carlos Rodriguez, Pogacar is 13 down, Evenepoel is 37, Mataway. You don't even get to a minute until 26th with Roglic. Didn't even feature in that stage at all. 2 minutes at 40th, and then it starts to blow up at about 43rd. KOM is Pogacar with 20 points. Milan is... Roulier is here. Milan leads. Jonathan Milan. I have the young rider classification ahead of Piganzoli, but it's still very tight with Pidcock and Carlos Rodriguez. We still lead the team classification, and the combativity is not a feature for us. Still half a race to go. Final 65K on stage number 5. Cockard doing the work to keep things in check as I lead overall, and we've got a few more teammates behind us. Actually, it's on stage 6 now, not stage 5. Stage 5 was a sprint stage. Sprint stage saw one change in the standings, and that was Jay Vine lose multiple minutes. The only member of our team and the only member of the top 15 or so that lost any time. So with him out of contention, he will definitely serve in a domestique type role. It's a punchy stage, and it's a rather simple one. Cockard, let's go ahead and use his gel now. He's been riding at 70% for a while. The breakaway has broken up a little bit. He has gotten support. He's not been the only one doing the work, but it's definitely time that we start to speed things along.
I'll relay.
2.5 minutes. Peloton's down to 67 riders right now.
The end of the stage is
120.
not far off. Stay awake.
131
It will
is
soon
where we
start to
really
move in the
were.
peloton.
That split was on the descent. Might not hold. Alaphilippe's been collecting a lot of points in the King of the Mountains today. And now down to 210. And now down to 100% effort from Cockard. With the descent, it was hard to pull back time, though we have managed to get it back to within a minute and a half. Front six down, well, front group, the breakaway down to 6. Definitely less than what there was. And we've got a double climb here towards the finish and a little bit of uphill swing at the finish line, but you can really manage things well with the descent. You can easily cover the uphill portion of that. McNulty and I looking good. Turgis is looking good. I think it's time we also send Gorka 100% tempo and then send Vine. Alright, we are climbing. I want to get control through here. In case somebody goes to attack, we want to be able to be in a good position to respond, not just with teammates but myself. Not getting left behind, and right now tempo is quite high. Gegenhardt just blocked me off. Cost me another bike length or two. Now Buitrago blocking me off. Now Degenkolb going backwards, blocking me off. Having to push harder to get through into that gap.
Last time checked with a breakaway. 1 minute.
Gel. Woods and Alaphilippe got up front. 4 riders now left behind, only a few seconds down. And Peloton at 56 with guys like Carthy out the back. Trying to get a little momentum before we hit this section right here and I go into a tuck.
Approaching the intermediate sprint. It will be played out in France.
That little effort will have hurt the legs of others as they would have had to actually sprint through there instead of tuck.
He's an excellent
Accelerating
puncher
at the
who also
right
knows
time.
how to climb in the mountains. On the other hand, it's better for him that he
Okay,
finishes
here we go
alone
again though with
because
another
his capabilities as a
acceleration.
sprinter really are
Just
limited.
light counter. Okay, so we're down to 4 here.
I'll consume a feed.
I'll go ahead and consume my feed as well. I'd love to get some separation and
30
attack.
seconds lead for the head of the race.
I'm just going 100% tempo here to keep others under pressure. Latour dropped from the front group as it had come back together. Now Zimmerman dropped. And here is where you want the separation. Let's see what happens. Who can go with me?
The first rider at the intermediate sprint will pocket 10 points towards the green jersey
Past
classification.
Woods, past right. Red bar gone. I don't know how much separation I've gotten. It's 24 seconds. 24 seconds here. Woods hanging with me. Lavelle. Oh, there's still one more. Alaphilippe up the road.
Front of the race will struggle to widen the gap.
Almost a half minute over the peloton. A much bigger advantage than I expected to have gotten through there.
Overall standing.
4 seconds
It will be
gained.
difficult to
4
increase
seconds
gap.
gained, regardless of what happens the rest of the way.
They're riding
I've just
hard
gained 4
behind.
seconds.
This isn't the moment to relax.
Okay, I need red bar for the final part. I don't
Only
need...
9 kilometers left for the men at the front.
He's got his teammates riding full out.
I don't need the
You're going
blue
to have to
bar.
up the pace at the front.
So we want to ride pretty hard through here. It's just myself and Alaphilippe who's going to be hard to beat head to head. 16 seconds to the chasing peloton now. They've reeled in the other breakaway riders. This is supposed to be a descent, but we are going uphill. Starting to descend again, but only a little bit.
Less than 5 kilometers
12
before
seconds
the
ahead.
finish.
5K to the finish. We have not had any proper descent yet. Now we do. Getting that red bar and blue bar back. 12 seconds ahead still. 13 seconds ahead. 14 seconds ahead.
3 kilometers. Nobody's yet managed to
Okay.
gain the upper hand.
2.8k. Did not leave Alaphilippe behind though. He stayed in the wheel. He is not going to contribute. So we will have to do something to try to leave him behind. 1.7. 12 seconds ahead of the peloton. Good chance to hang on for the stage if I could beat Alaphilippe. 1k from the finish. I just left Alaphilippe behind. I'm going to sprint now to expand that gap as much as I can. And then try to maintain some pace. Alaphilippe's already been caught 14 seconds ahead. We've got this. Maybe. They're coming. They came fast, but I got the stage. At Paris-Nice, higher level than anything we've done before. We attacked at the right time. Normally I've held them off pretty easily. That was not easy. That was close. But it was enough. McNulty and Turgis already across the line. So I claimed the stage victory by 6 seconds. Of course, I pick up the 10 seconds for winning the stage, but I also pick up 4 seconds in time bonuses for that intermediate, about 8-9k from the finish line. Matthews was in second. He offsets. Van der Poel gains 4 seconds. He nearly offsets at least the gap that I had over everyone at the finish line. But then from Pogacar on, the 6 seconds plus the 14-second time bonus means I gain 20 seconds over everyone. Turgis and McNulty were in the chase group, and that chase group went through 36th position. But then even after that, Gall, Haig, Ayuso didn't lose much time. Alaphilippe slipped all the way to 40th. He was done. He held on until he blew up. Starting with about Woods at 42nd, time gaps begin to increase more rapidly. Obviously, I lead following that one. 23 seconds now ahead of Simon Yates. McNulty is still there in third at 26 seconds down with Pidcock, Carlos Rodriguez, Pogacar, the only one still within half a minute, and then Evenepoel, Madoe, Bilbao, Vingegaard, Hershey, Carapaz, Healy at about a minute, and then it starts to stretch to the others. A lot of guys who have lost a little bit of time on one of the stages. We're a little bit off. We're getting to 2 minutes plus as you exit the top 25 positions. KOM Pogacar leads with 20 points. Philipsen leads the points classification. I'm 20 points off on that one. It's going to take at least another stage win to contend, so I'm not necessarily going for that. Just doing as best I can with the GC. 30-second advantage in the Young Rider classification with just 2 main contenders, 3 more secondary contenders. Evenepoel, of course, is still going to be in contention, one would think. And then it blows up to 3 minutes at Buitrago. We have a 1 minute advantage in the team classification, and combativity is not our thing. We're controlling the peloton, taking care of business. We'll have to continue to do so with 2 stages remaining. I know I'm on the shorter side for this episode, but we're going to go ahead and call this episode right here, so that we can focus on those other 2 stages and I don't rush through them, make mistakes. I doubt that we're going to honestly contend with the proper mountain stage coming and what my mountain rating is like. But with protection and tremendous stamina resistance, maybe, just maybe, depends on how the field goes, but big proper climbs hit on that mountain rating and I'm 3-4 points worse there. So I have a feeling stage 7 is going to be difficult. But of course, McNulty, we're going to protect him as well, and we may yet have a chance at a good, strong position. Even if not a win, we're headed for points. Even if not a win, I should still be headed for a top 10, I would think. Hopefully we're not that bad that we're slipping down. But, I've finished outside of top 100 on this kind of stage. But last season, right, we'd get dropped after being in a breakaway. And then we'd come back. We'd overtake a lot of climbers on our way to a finish. But I think on this type of mountain stage that's upcoming, I'll be lucky to score to finish in the top 10. I think it'll be more likely a top 20 for the stage. I think McNulty, I can probably get into the top 10, but I doubt I can get him into the top 5. We'll see. We will see how it goes. I will not sacrifice McNulty to protect me. I'll let him ride his own race at that point, but we'll sacrifice the rest of the team to protect the pair of us. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.